Want to know some amazing ways to tell if someone is lying by reading their body language? Then watch this video to discover some proven tips to detect deception. This video is brought to you by www.20daypersuasion.com, the official website of the Expert Persuader program. Now let's get started. How can you tell whether a person is lying to you or not? Aside from confirming the truth, there's an immediate way of knowing, and this is by reading a person's body language signs of lying. It's not that difficult to see once you know all the indicators. Body language signs of lying can determine if the person you're talking to is being truthful or not. It's one of the most powerful, nonverbal ways of expressing oneself. And most of the time, it's unconscious, which means that the person doesn't know how much they're giving away. Tip number 1. Observe the way they talk. One of the easiest to spot signs of lying is when a person talks more than they normally do. The reason is that liars feel uncomfortable when there's a silent moment in the middle of a discussion they're trying to avoid. For example, when you ask your daughter where she went off to, she might include a lot of details in her story. She might say she went over to a friend's house and rambles on about details she wouldn't normally share. You can raise your eyebrows at this one. Normally, liars will be talking about one thing. Then when a sensitive topic comes up, or when there's a moment of silence, they ramble on to another subject in a jiffy. If you ask a person certain questions, and they answer through a joke or change topic, there's a possibility that that person is hiding something. Diverting attention and answering with jokes are two ways of buying some time to make up stories to cover the truth. When lying, there are times when their stories will lose consistencies. If this does happen, noticeable lying body language comes out. You can hear trembling in the voice or even shaking of hands. Tip number 2. Watch the eyes. Eye contact is one of the primary forms of communication. Looking into the eye can accentuate your message and help drive your point home. In fact, you can practically tell what the person is thinking by looking into their eyes alone. One of the important body language signs of a liar is avoiding eye contact when they are directly talking to you. Even those practicing the art, and lying is an art, might find it difficult to control their eyes from straying here and there while talking to someone. This only proves that they are lying or they're keeping something from you. It's very difficult to look at another person in the eye when you know what you're saying isn't the entire truth. Another signal is when their eyes blink far more times than normal, assuming there's no lighting condition that's causing them to blink. Tip number 3. Check out for any unnecessary body movements. One of the more reliable body language signs of a liar is the unnecessary movement they make when they're confronted with an issue. Normally, cornered liars start rubbing their hands, stroking their nose, playing with their hands, or even setting their hair if there's no need for it. While lying, a person also has the tendency to touch any part of their face. Most often than not, they will touch the face, throat, and mouth. And scratching the nose and ears is also a prevalent lying body language. Perhaps these movements tend to give them the strength to go through with the lie, or perhaps it's just a habit of nervousness. You might even notice that those people tend to sweat a lot, or their face might turn red while rambling on with their alibis. Another very good signal is stiffness or rigidity. You may be able to observe that the person is limiting their space of movement. You may also notice that hand and leg movements are limited. Whatever the reasons are behind such signals, you can be sure that there is something to be suspicious about. Knowing lying body language will definitely help you notice whether a person is lying or telling the truth, since body language has been proved reliable to some extent. Body language signs of lying give a person away easily, primarily because lying is not a natural thing. The most natural thing is to tell the truth, and the body knows this very well. However, these are actually just signs and may be misinterpreted sometimes. When reading these signals, you should also consider other factors, such as the mannerisms of the other party. Hopefully, with these indicators, you are able to guard yourself from lies and spot them dead on. Did you enjoy this video? Want to discover more groundbreaking tips on body language and persuasion? Get them for free at www.20daypersuasion.com/secrets.htm. That's 20daypersuasion.com/secrets.htm.